Pike orientation of Scathe's behavior. In the Pike orientation, Scathe takes on the formidable guise of a relentless, penetrating force, embodying the essence of raw power and strategic dominance. Dillon E.T holds the sword with both hands, the blade resting atop his thumbs, mirroring the precision and determination of a spear poised for a decisive thrust. The Pike orientation is characterized by its potent blend of offensive pressure and unwavering stability, ensuring Dillon can dominate any engagement with calculated, devastating strikes. Mechanics and bindings. Red 2 binds Red 2 draw. This binding emphasizes Dillon's strategic withdrawal and precise counterattacks. As Dillon steps back, Scathe's blade remains oriented for a quick draw, ready to intercept and counter any incoming strike. The Pike orientation allows Dillon to control the distance, retreating while maintaining a formidable offensive stance that turns every retreat into an opportunity for a lethal riposte. Red 2 binds Orange 8 counter. In this configuration, Dillon's retreating movements are paired with powerful counterattacks. The counterclockwise motion of the blade deflects the opponent's strikes, setting up Dillon for a swift and devastating counter. The Pike orientation enhances this by ensuring that Dillon's blade remains in an optimal position to exploit any opening created by the opponent's aggression. Green 9 binds Green 9 coupe. This binding showcases Dillon's ability to deliver fluid, circular strikes with the Pike orientation. The continuous clockwise motion of the blade allows Dillon to execute sweeping cuts that can fend off multiple attackers while maintaining a solid defensive posture. The Pike stance's inherent stability ensures that each coupe is delivered with maximum control and power. Green 9 binds Blue 3 estoc. Here, the Pike orientation excels in combining defense with relentless offense. As Dillon advances, the clockwise motion of the blade facilitates precise thrusts aimed at the opponent's weak points. The estoc maneuver, enhanced by the Pike stance, turns Dillon into an unstoppable force, using the advancing motion to close in on the enemy while delivering lethal, piercing strikes. Orange 8 binds Orange 8 counter, a binding that epitomizes the defensive strength of the Pike orientation. The continuous counterclockwise motion of the blade creates a formidable barrier against incoming attacks. Dillon can maintain this defensive posture indefinitely, using the Pike stance's stability to deflect and counter with unparalleled efficiency, ensuring that every block sets up a potential counterstrike. Orange 8 binds Red 2 draw. This binding emphasizes Dillon's ability to disengage strategically while preparing for a counterattack. The counterclockwise motion of the blade, paired with a retreating step, allows Dillon to draw back and create distance while keeping Scathe poised for a swift and precise strike. The Pike orientation ensures that Dillon can retreat without ever lowering his guard, turning defense into an immediate threat. Blue 3 binds Blue 3 estoc. In this binding, the Pike orientation focuses on relentless offensive pressure. The continuous advancing motion, combined with the blade's orientation towards the target, transforms Dillon into a relentless force of nature. Each estoc thrust is delivered with pinpoint accuracy, overwhelming the opponent with a barrage of precise and powerful strikes. Blue 3 binds Green 9 coupe. This binding merges offense with fluid, circular motion. The advancing steps transition into sweeping cuts, allowing Dillon to maintain pressure while delivering a series of fluid strikes. The Pike orientation, with its emphasis on stability and control, ensures that Dillon can seamlessly blend thrusts and cuts, creating a whirlwind of steel that keeps opponents off balance and vulnerable. Strategic application. The Pike orientation's strength lies in its ability to deliver powerful, controlled strikes, while maintaining a rock-solid defensive stance. Dillon E.T wields Scathe with unmatched precision, using the Pike stance to dominate the battlefield through relentless pressure and strategic withdrawals. Whether engaging in single combat or facing multiple adversaries, Dillon's ability to harness the full potential of the Pike orientation ensures he remains an indomitable force, capable of adapting to any situation with deadly efficiency. In conclusion, the Pike orientation of Scathe is a testament to Dillon E.T's mastery over his weapon and his strategic prowess. It embodies the perfect blend of offense and defense, turning Scathe into a spear of unparalleled precision and power. Each binding unlocks a unique aspect of the Pike orientation's potential, making it an indispensable stance in Dillon's repertoire. With Scathe and Pike, Dillon becomes a bastion of strength and precision, ready to pierce through any challenge with unwavering determination and lethal grace. EnGuard orientation of Scathe's behavior. In the EnGuard orientation, Scathe transforms into a beacon of vigilance and power, embodying the essence of readiness and strategic dominance. Held with both hands and the blade on top of Dillon E.T's thumbs, the sword stands as a testament to his unwavering focus and indomitable spirit. The EnGuard orientation is characterized by its perfect blend of defense and offense, ensuring Dillon is always prepared to meet any threat head-on with calculated precision. Mechanics and bindings. Red 2 binds Green 9 coupe. This binding enhances Dillon's ability to defend and counterattack with fluidity. As Dillon retreats, the blade arcs in a clockwise motion, creating a sweeping barrier against incoming strikes. The continuous motion not only deflects attacks but also sets up Dillon for a quick, circular counter-cut, turning defense into an immediate offensive opportunity. Red 2 binds Blue 3 estoc. In this configuration, Dillon's retreating steps are paired with precise thrusts. As he steps back, the blade aligns for swift, piercing thrusts that exploit gaps in the opponent's defense. The estoc maneuver, facilitated by the EnGuard stance, ensures Dillon can maintain a defensive posture while launching lethal counterattacks. Green 9 binds Red 2 draw. This binding emphasizes Dillon's ability to seamlessly transition from defense to offense. The clockwise orientation of the blade, combined with a drawing motion, allows Dillon to evade and counter in one fluid action. The EnGuard stance becomes a dance of evasion and quick strikes, keeping opponents off balance and vulnerable. Green 9 binds Orange 8 counter. Here, the EnGuard orientation shines in its defensive capability. The continuous clockwise motion of the blade creates a dynamic shield against attacks. Dillon can parry and redirect strikes effortlessly, using the counterclockwise momentum to set up counterattacks that capitalize on the opponent's openings. Orange 8 binds Blue 3 estoc. This binding combines defense with relentless offense. As Dillon deflects attacks with a counterclockwise motion, he positions the blade for rapid thrusts towards the target. The estoc maneuver ensures that every deflection is followed by a precise and deadly thrust, maintaining pressure on the opponent while staying protected. Orange 8 binds Green 9 coupe, a binding that emphasizes fluid, circular strikes. The counterclockwise orientation of the blade allows Dillon to sweep across the opponent's line of attack, creating openings for follow-up cuts. The EnGuard stance, with its inherent stability and control, ensures that Dillon can deliver powerful, sweeping cuts while remaining protected. Blue 3 binds Red 2 draw. In this binding, the EnGuard orientation focuses on advancing with calculated strikes. The blade's orientation towards the target allows Dillon to advance confidently, using the drawing motion to deliver swift cuts. This combination of movement and strike ensures that Dillon can close the distance while maintaining readiness for immediate defense or offense. Blue 3 binds Orange 8 counter. This binding showcases the EnGuard orientation's defensive prowess. As Dillon advances, the counterclockwise motion of the blade deflects attacks while keeping the weapon poised for a counterstrike. The continuous deflection allows Dillon to move forward confidently, using the opponent's aggression against them and creating opportunities for decisive counters. Strategic application. The EnGuard orientation is the epitome of balanced combat. Dillon E.T wields Scathe with unmatched control, using the EnGuard stance to dictate the pace of battle. Whether facing a single adversary or multiple foes, Dillon's ability to transition between defense and offense seamlessly ensures he remains an unyielding force on the battlefield. The EnGuard stance allows Dillon to stay vigilant, ready to exploit any opening and respond to any threat with precise and powerful strikes. In conclusion, the EnGuard orientation of Scathe is a testament to Dillon E.T's mastery over his weapon and his strategic acumen. It embodies the perfect harmony of readiness and execution, turning Scathe into a formidable tool of combat. Each binding unlocks a unique aspect of the EnGuard orientation's potential, making it an indispensable stance in Dillon's repertoire. With Scathe and EnGuard, Dillon stands as a paragon of vigilance and power, ready to meet any challenge with unwavering focus and deadly precision. Row orientation of Scathe's behavior. In the row orientation, Scathe reveals a different aspect of its multifaceted nature. This stance is marked by Dillon E.T holding the sword inverted, with the 3D pommel on top of his thumbs and the blade oriented towards himself. This unique grip allows Dillon to harness the power of retraction and redirection, making the row orientation a masterclass in controlling the flow of battle through calculated, precise movements. Mechanics and bindings. Red 2 binds Blue 3 stock. This binding enhances Dillon's ability to retreat strategically while simultaneously preparing to launch thrusts. As Dillon steps back, Scathe's blade aligns in a position for a swift and deadly stock, exploiting openings in the opponent's defense with pinpoint accuracy. The combination of retreat and thrust makes Dillon a difficult target to pin down, maintaining a perfect balance between defense and counterattack. Red 2 binds Green 9 coupe. This configuration emphasizes defensive withdrawal and circular strikes. As Dillon retreats, Scathe's blade arcs in a clockwise motion, sweeping across the opponent's line of attack. This motion not only deflects incoming blows but also creates openings for follow-up cuts, blending defense and offense seamlessly. Green 9 binds Red 2 draw. In this binding, the row orientation highlights its versatility in movement. The clockwise orientation of the blade, combined with Dillon's retreat, facilitates evasive maneuvers while keeping the blade ready for a counter-strike. The draw motion allows Dillon to pull back and strike in one fluid motion, turning defense into an immediate offensive opportunity. Green 9 binds Orange 8 counter. Here, the row orientation showcases its defensive prowess. The continuous clockwise orientation of the blade helps Dillon deflect attacks with ease, redirecting the opponent's force. The counterclockwise motion of Scathe's blade sets up perfect counterattacks, using the opponent's momentum against them while Dillon remains elusive and controlled. Orange 8 binds Blue 3 stock. This binding combines defensive counters with rapid thrusting. As Dillon deflects attacks with a counterclockwise motion, he positions Scathe for swift, precise thrusts towards the target. The stock maneuver, facilitated by the inverted grip, allows Dillon to exploit the smallest gaps in the enemy's defense, turning deflections into deadly ripostes. Orange 8 binds Green 9 coupe. A binding that emphasizes fluid circular motion. The counterclockwise orientation of the blade, paired with a retreating step, creates a defensive barrier that simultaneously allows for sweeping cuts. Dillon's movements become a series of fluid arcs, maintaining distance while delivering strikes that keep the opponent off balance. Blue 3 binds Red 2 draw. In this binding, the row orientation focuses on advancing with precision. The blade's orientation towards the self allows Dillon to advance while preparing for a swift draw cut. This combination of movement and strike ensures that Dillon can close the distance while remaining ready to defend and counter, turning his advance into a strategic offensive maneuver. Blue 3 binds Orange 8 counter. This binding showcases the row orientation's defensive agility. As Dillon advances, the counterclockwise motion of Scathe's blade deflects attacks while keeping the weapon poised for a counterstrike. The continuous deflection allows Dillon to advance confidently, using the opponent's aggression against them and creating opportunities for decisive counters. Strategic application. The row orientation's strength lies in its ability to blend retreat and advance with fluid, controlled movements. Dillon E.T wields Scathe with an expert understanding of timing and positioning, using the inverted grip to maximize the blade's potential for both defense and offense. The row orientation allows Dillon to control the pace of the fight, dictating the terms of engagement and exploiting every opening with precision. In conclusion, the row orientation of Scathe is a testament to Dillon E.T's strategic acumen and mastery over his weapon. It embodies the perfect harmony of movement and strike, turning Scathe into a tool of calculated lethality. Each binding unlocks a unique aspect of the row orientation's potential, making it an indispensable stance in Dillon's repertoire. With Scathe in row, Dillon becomes a maestro of battle, orchestrating every move with deadly precision and fluid grace. Viper orientation of Scathe's behavior. In the Viper orientation, Scathe transforms into a formidable weapon of precision and fluidity, embodying the lethal grace of its namesake. Held inverted with the 3D pommel on top of Dillon E.T's thumbs, the sword grip becomes an extension of his arms, allowing for rapid and dynamic maneuvers. The behavior of Scathe in Viper orientation is governed by intricate bindings of the 3D leading to a unique set of interactions between Dillon and his weapon. Mechanics and bindings. Red 2 binds Red 2 draw. This configuration enhances Dillon's ability to retreat while maintaining a defensive posture. The blade, orienting towards the self, allows for swift withdrawals and calculated counters. As Dillon steps back, the Viper's blade remains poised to strike, offering a seamless transition between defense and offense. Red 2 binds Orange 8 counter. When Dillon activates this binding, the Viper orientation shines in counterattacks. The counterclockwise motion of the blade becomes a natural response to incoming strikes, deflecting them with minimal effort while positioning the blade for a rapid riposte. The inverted grip aids in channeling the force effectively, turning defense into a springboard for offense. Green 9 binds Blue 3 stock. This binding is where the Viper orientation exhibits its agility. With a clockwise orientation of the blade combined with an advancing motion, Dillon can close the distance to his opponent with precision. The stock maneuver in Viper allows for piercing thrusts, exploiting gaps in the enemy's defense with lethal accuracy. Green 9 binds Green 9 coupe. Here, the Viper orientation excels in fluid, circular movements. The continuous clockwise orientation of the blade facilitates sweeping cuts and parries. Dillon's movements become a dance of death, weaving through attacks while delivering slicing strikes that exploit the opponent's vulnerabilities. Orange 8 binds Orange 8 counter, a binding that epitomizes the defensive prowess of the Viper orientation. The counterclockwise motion of the blade is consistently maintained, creating a shield of steel that deflects and redirects incoming attacks. Dillon can maintain a defensive stance indefinitely, using the Viper's inherent speed to exploit any opening presented. Orange 8 binds Red 2 draw. This binding enhances Dillon's ability to disengage and reposition himself. The counterclockwise orientation, combined with a retreating motion, allows for strategic withdrawals, drawing the opponent into overextending and setting up for a counter-strike. The Viper's blade, always ready to strike, becomes an elusive target. Blue 3 binds Blue 3 stock. In this binding, the Viper orientation focuses on relentless offense. The continuous advancing motion, coupled with the blade's orientation towards the target, turns Dillon into a relentless force. Thrust after thrust, the stock maneuver overwhelms the opponent, leaving no room for recovery. Blue 3 binds Green 9 coupe, a binding that merges offense with fluidity. The advancing motion transitions into sweeping, circular cuts, allowing Dillon to maintain pressure while moving gracefully. The Viper orientation, in this case, becomes a whirlwind of steel, combining thrusts and cuts in a seamless flow. Strategic application. The Viper orientation's versatility makes it an indispensable stance for Dillon E.T. Whether engaging in duels or facing multiple opponents, the Viper's ability to transition between offense and defense with fluidity ensures that Dillon remains a step ahead. The inverted grip enhances control over Scathe, allowing for rapid changes in direction and speed, making the Viper orientation a true testament to Dillon's mastery over his weapon. In conclusion, the Viper orientation of Scathe is a symphony of lethal precision and fluid motion. It embodies the perfect balance between defense and offense, providing Dillon E.T with the tools to dominate any battlefield. With each binding unlocking a new facet of the Viper's potential, Scathe becomes more than just a sword, it becomes an extension of Dillon's will, a true weapon of unparalleled craftsmanship and deadly beauty.